thought I'd do a quick run through on the actual mod that I'm making for FS22. If I can't get all the textures right, there's an animation I want to do as well. If I can't get all that right, then I'm just going to be making it for like FS19 or FS17. Because them one's there. 19 I've never successfully made a mod. Surely, well, I suppose it's the same as 22, isn't it? But anyway, sorry about that noise in the background. I've got a fan. This is a little bit noisy. I've got to have to replace a few fans soon. Brand new PC still, but still going to have to replace them. I don't know what happened, just a dodgy product, I guess. But anyways, excuse me. So what we have here is we have the aerials. All this stuff, if it's combined, like the interior, it can be separated. So I can recolor, retexture later. So we've got the VS shell. It was a pretty bad quality version. I fixed a lot of things up. There's another bit here I wasn't happy with last night, but I wanted to go to sleep, so I just deleted this so I remember to do it. I can turn all this subdivision off. I should have probably turned that off last night, but anyways. So what that does is pretty much makes it look like this. No, this one. So that's how it's going to look in game. But as you can see, is this moved? That's the wrong one. I don't like the look of. Okay, it is connected. I don't like the look of it, right? And especially here. So you get these bad bits. So what I end up doing is I'll just subdividing it, like so. You can see it's already cleaned up a little bit. Freeze normally where I go, but it adds a lot of detail and makes the file massive. So I have to be careful where I use subdivide. Probably just the body, maybe. So we have a made from scratch LED light bar here. I still haven't done the covers yet. So what I've been doing is I've been doing little bits and pieces so I can get everything where I want it, how I want it. Then I can come along later and just clean everything up, duplicate the sides, because there's still more I want to do to the sides. Like, for starters, this side here, I have to have the aerial there, but it's not going to be on this side. So I have to make sure it's all right, then swap it, and then convert the aerial. Also, I want to be doing on add the badges, like, you know, you've got your 5 litre badge here, you got your Holden badge on the back, Holden badge on the bonnet. She won't be an SS because no point, just a standard 5 litre. So anyway, yeah, so I've still got to make the covers for the lights. This will be a light here. This is old school B&S style. They used to put the train lights on the front of the top of the bull bars. So I've still got to work all this out. This is all individual pieces. It's all joined at the moment, but I can separate it like I said before. Let's give that a quick subdivide. Yeah, probably just do that on one. That's all it needs. So all this is going to be, you know, so I've still got to duplicate this one, flip it over. I've still got to fix all this up. So I've got to extend that up there, that's easy. And I've got to make a whole new piece for this bit here, but this comes out wider here. I've had a fair few of these utes, but I still forget how it looks, so I'm going to have to use some references. Then we've got our double roll bar. I did have it going down into there, but I really just didn't like the look of it, so I'll be cutting it off here, adding this bit into there, add a few bolts and that. I've got to, obviously it's not going to be this sharp, but I've still got to fix things. Everything's just in rough proportions at the moment. Same with this one, I've got to fix that. Now I've got the motorbike sitting in here, got the S-gear. Inside the engine, the interior, we have a cart and a good old VB. I've still got all this interior to put in yet, don't worry about that. That's still not completely textured. I did have the 5 litre engine in here, but I'm like, really, like the amount of like the detail the Asters is adding to the mod, I just don't see the point of it really. So I'm just gonna go with the because I mean you can buy 2 lots of engines in the store anyway. I always buy the low one just because I like the way it starts up. So we've got the undercarriage, still a bit more I've got to do. Got to make an exhaust system for it. I've got an exhaust system back here made, Heyman and Reese tow bar, which I've got to connect up onto there. This is I'm a little bit upset with. I want the diff, you know, going across like the tail shaft, but the problem is this is roughly where the center of the wheel sits, so I can't have this down any lower, which sucks. So I can't make a tail shaft to run off to the engine bay, to the gearbox there. It's going to have fake brakes. I don't believe the model in game. Let me have a quick look. I don't believe it has brakes on it. I'll just open it up. Yeah, no brakes. So this is when it was way off. I still haven't worked out the textures for this editor. I've got an idea how. It's been, because I used to mod FS17. It's just been a very long time since I've done it. So it's something, that's where I want to get the model right first. Get everything right, everything where it is. Then I can just focus all on the texturing and stuff. I'm going to try and see, as you can see, there's the engine bay that I did have in it. Mind the bonnet, I just had it there for instance. But yeah, just things like, this is way too far that way. This is like, you know, the bit where your latch goes and you got all the little bits and pieces down there. It's just I can't get it to suit, because that mod there, that engine bay, excuse me, that engine bay is from a VS, but it's from the GTSR. No difference, same body shape, same everything. A few tweaks, obviously, better engine, blah blah. But same size engine. But that is actually from Forza Horizons, that yellow GTSR. So the proportions, that was a really high quality model that was used in Forza. One I'm using, it's a really poor quality model. I have done my best to fix up a lot of things. I've tidied up all in here. I've made new tail lights, which I've still got to smooth out. You know, that's just like a rough thing. You know, all new chassis. All this chassis will be taken across. So I've changed the door handles to have a better quality version. I've added all this in here, all this here, the side mirrors, the cow interior, blah 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 blah. We'll be putting no wipers on it too. Yes. So it just didn't fit. This is a poor quality, only because I cannot find a VSU anywhere. This is the only place where I've been able to find VSUs. Which I'm actually got another model that I'm making, which is actually be for 3D printing. But anyways, so another issue that I am having at the moment is this one. There's actually two. This one here is a new issue that's popped up. I do not know why. I believe I've changed the axis or something. So if I go Control C, Control V, I'll object and I'll mirror X globally, right? Now, most of the time it would pop over there, but dragging it over isn't too bad. It's not an issue. But look what's happening. Would you look at that? It's all wrong. It's angled wrong. It's also angled this way wrong. When I join it to there, then it's too short here. And I know for a fact it was the right size before. It's just weird. But anyways, also what is happening is when I'm joining them together, so they're a solid piece, it's flipping its faces. So, sorry, it was just thinking. I'm kind of thought of a solution for that. I'll have to try that later. But that's been really annoying. But see, before I can even do these, I've got to make sure that this is done. That I've got this done right. And I've got to make sure that these are done right to this, so it fits the other side as well. It's just, I don't stay too much on one area. I like to move around, because otherwise I get bored and then I'll lose interest. So I try and do different things. I know exactly where I've got to go to finish everything off. It's all stored up there. So obviously being a BNS suit, there's going to be lights all over it. So we're going to have all these lights down here. Is what is it? Yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, blah, blah, blah. And I have to rerun this exhaust, make her probably go up over the wheel, maybe. I think I've started moving it towards this way, yet, so it'll be like maybe up here, up over the diff. But yeah, so then we've got the sun visor as well. All this A-frame, A-pillars has been changed from the original. Still a lot more I've got to do, but it looks 1,000 times better than what it used to look. So what I'm doing here is, I fixed it. It looked a lot better than what it was, but then I was just standing there, I'm like, nah, not happy with it. Considering the amount of time... Sorry guys, got a bit of a cough at the moment, I'm just going to take a drink. Sorry about that, guys. So anyway, as I was saying, where that section is, I was happy with it, but I wasn't. I mean, I was going to leave it. But then last night, I was looking at it and like, you know what, fuck it. The amount of time I spent on this whole model, you know, it deserves to be perfect. Especially because that's like one of the first things you see, don't you, right here. So as you can see, it was going up here, so I'm going to be... See, this is another thing I've got to do. I've got to do this bonnet, which I can't do the bonnet until I do all this here, because I'm going to have to change some things. So as you can see, everything is very loose. Let's see if I fix all this. Bring this to probably end up just deleting that bit, possibly. But anyway, so, yeah, he's going to bring it up so it's nice and clean. Because it was sort of a little bit, like this area looked too big for what it was. So I'll be joining that and adding another slit in there. Let's jump into the interior. I'm not going to be spending too much time. Oh, as you can see with that light as well, put all the fins on the back there for wind resistance. Not wind resistance, sorry. Heat disbursement. So I've got the player set up in here in game. Player sits here, player gets out and is on this side of the door. Don't forget to, I've got all this door to put in. I've got to add the seat belts, possibly the roof as well, because I want to put the sun visors. I'll probably put the sun visor coming down. Probably add a couple of packs of smokes in here, some change, bit of dirt, stuff like that. So I've still got this, I actually don't know what this piece is called, but I'm just going to call it the back firewall. I guess that makes sense. Just remembering as well, I've got enough room to put a spare wheel under here. Yes, I do. So it's just going to be like just detail upon detail, like it's just one of those things. So I don't want the paint job to be perfect, so there's going to be no paint options. That's still something out of my control. Same with animations, like I really wanted to have the doors open up and the bonnet open up, tailgate open up, but it's just one of those things I have not looked into yet, and I know it's going to be a hassle because I'm still learning and relearning the rest of what I'm doing. So just one of those things, like I'd love to have, just small things like these lights would light up, and maybe that's something I can do further down the track. I'm just not too sure. Maybe I can get somebody to help me if they like this model. But the only problem is I don't want this model getting out into the public because no one else has the VSU. And they do, but not as detailed as how I have it at the moment. Like all these parts I can take off, and then they're all separatable unless I've joined them. So like this whole body here is not separable. I've joined that by purpose. What else can I say? Well, just the interior here. I'm gonna have a gun on the back window here. Sort of make brackets. Just got to make this whole back window, back area thing. Same thing. We got the Akubra sitting there. Some motorbikes in the back. Full custom tub. It should technically, this here should be down to here, but I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna say that there's a barbecue. I used to have a ute before where you could drag a barbecue out. So that would be the story for that part anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much all the textures. This is still all rough stuff. It's all working in progress. Like, it's just one of those things. Yeah, I could go. Shit. I mean, I think I started working again on this last night at probably about 12:30 at night. I did not get off until about 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning. Yeah, I'll get into those moods. It's just constant day. But the worst thing is, it looks like I've done nothing because it's just small things. So it's still going to be a while before this is even ready. There will be only one person I'll be giving this to that I can trust. Just one of those things. It's a private mod. I really would love to release it. I did release the Ute before, but it wasn't very popular. But it was a real low quality mod. It was just a basic shell on a basic frame. This is a bit more like this one here. I've changed the startup sounds, idle sounds, what else? Shut off sounds. So I've used other mods. So I can't remember which mod I used for this. I think it was a Mercedes S-Class. So I believe it was a van. Okay, originally I think it was a van. So I've used somebody else's mod. It was the only mod that I could find that would let me change the body. The rest was being really weird. So I have used somebody else's mod, but it's been stripped, like right down to the bare bones. I haven't changed any XML yet. That's I always do that when, like, I've got the whole model, the 3D model itself set up. So what I will be, if I do end up releasing this, I will be contacting the creator of the original mod, and showing him all the code, explaining what I took of his. So it's pretty much everything. Like, the only stuff that was left after stripping it was pretty much base game stuff. It was just easier for me to put everything onto this mod. It was just set up real easy, so it was easy for me to do. Same thing, still relearning, okay? But that's pretty much all I can say about it. So I want to, it's going to have fake brakes, the fake suspension. This engine bit here I'll be taking up there because I still want to run the exhaust to it. I don't even know if I want to do that, really. I'm going to have to. Yeah, so she's going to be all sticking up, all ferruled. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's where I'm at. I haven't done any more. Well, actually, while I'm on the subject, I haven't done any more of my survival series. I think I can make another 3 or 4, but the problem is I accidentally deleted the game, so I can't continue the game. I could always try and replicate it, but not at the moment because I'm editing a No Man's mod map, a No Man Lands map. I've added a mining quarry. I did add a petrol station and a big hotel, but I ended up deleting it because it needed more detail, and I didn't want to spend too much time putting the detail for that area. But yeah, that's fully customized. I'm actually playing just like a bit of it at the moment, not right now, but obviously. But yeah, so this is where we're at with this. I love the VB. And I've got to make windows as well. And I've got to put a door lock on this door for the other side. Well, that's where I'm at now. I'm going to watch some YouTube. Maybe play a bit of Rust. And then tonight, I'll get back to this. I can only really do it when everyone's asleep. So that way, I don't mind my kids, bothering me to say, but when I'm doing this, yeah, I need 100%. Like I'll be watching YouTube on one screen, stuff like that. But yeah, it's one of these things where I don't like to be bothered. So it's just when I just save it until everybody's asleep, and then I just work on it. Anyways, guys, yeah, if there is any modders out there that would love to see more Aussie stuff, and just, you know, let's work together. Let's get some stuff out. You know, if you want to, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, is what I'm saying. Yeah, but there needs to be trust, though. I need to be able to trust you. You need to be able to trust me if you give me stuff. This needs to be one of those things where if we're working on something, do not release it. Simple as that. Obviously, we're going to need testers. Already know one person that would 100% not backstab us. A good mate of mine. But we need people like that to help us test so that it doesn't get out there, because I don't want this just floating around. Like I said, yet. I don't know if... Because the thing with that is, I know it sounds like I'm being greedy, but because I 3D print these models, not this exact model, but the bodies, and I don't want to get it out there where other people are doing it, because I've spent a few years perfecting on how to make them print. Okay, so it's been a trick, especially with these models, like these low poly ones. It's been an absolute hassle. I'm still trying to perfect it, because sometimes it doesn't work in certain areas, and I just don't want to spend 7-8 days per model to make printable, and I've got like yeah. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. So, but yeah, if somebody wants to collab and help me, you know, even if you just show me the first time on animations is a completely different. That's way down the track. That's not even on my books at the moment. I will be needing help. With the textures, I've got an idea, so I'm not asking for help just for that yet. But it would be nice to be able to buy this as a base VS. Then you can add the side skirts. Then you can add the bull bar and add the motorbikes and all that other stuff. Love to do that. Also, there's 2 engine options for the mod. So it would be nice to have this one, the basic one that starts off really rough and takes ages to start up. Would be nice if that was the Ecotech. And then you switch over. Obviously the badges would have to change as well, so there's a lot of more work in that. Over to the V8 version. You know what I mean? So just, yeah, that's the end goal. But that's, I don't know, because I do want to get more cars out there. Like, you know, I need to make a Ford Falcon, B&S style. Might go the AU. Maybe a BA instead. I don't mind the BAs. I believe I've got really high quality interior for the BA, so that'll work out. I want Aussie stuff. Aussies are farmers too. Now this is more suited for a P player, but it's Aussie Outback. You gotta love that. Alright guys, well that's all I'm going to ramble on for. I think 25-minute video is long enough, but that's where I'm at. That's what I've been doing. Yeah, that's it, I guess, guys. Well, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Help a fella noob YouTuber out. Yeah. All right then. So well, that's it for me. This video's getting way too long, and I'm just rambling on now. And sure you all don't want to hear me rambling on about shit. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'm going to upload this to YouTube and spam a few farm sim pages with it, I guess. But anyway, fellas, yeah, thanks for watching, and well, just wait for the next video of the update. Cheers.